What's going on, Bulls fans? I'm Mike Bunt, joined alongside UB Bulls starting safety Marcus Fuqua. And Marcus, thanks for joining us today to talk some UB Bulls football.
Yes, sir. No problem. Happy to be here.
So we said the last time we spoke to you that we were going to get back together about midseason and talk about how things were going so far. You guys are now 4-2 overall, 2-0 in the Mid-American Conference. How are things right now for the team at the halfway point of this year?
Oh, man, vibes are up. We're all happy. We're, never satisfied, but, we're ready to go, ready to attack the next opponent and just take it week by week, game by game.
You just mentioned vibes are up. That was the first thing I really noticed this offseason when I went to spring practice. It carried over into fall camp, and now you said it's still there. Has that been the biggest difference between last year and this year with this team overall?
I think this year we became like a very close-knit team. We became like literally, we say play 11 as one. I feel like we literally are doing that. On and off the field, we're all one. We're always laughing, joking with each other, picking each other up when we need them. Like, we're just such a close-knit group that is just carrying over to the field now.
How much is Pete Lembo responsible for that? Obviously, I don't want to throw any digs at any previous coaches or anything like that, but it just feels different. How much has Pete really changed the day-to-day environment with this team?
Well, I mean, with the new staff, things are going to change. It's just natural. It comes with the territory. But, I mean, he's definitely contributed, let us be us, just allowing us to – giving us the space to, be each other, be one, be the same, like just have fun. It just feels good. It feels like it's Little League again. That's the best way I could put it. That's how he kind of has made the culture. Just having fun, going out, making plays.
The other day, he actually kind of like tried to downplay it. Somebody was asking about culture and stuff like that. And he's like, I'm not the reason we have this culture. It's a combination of everyone that's here. And you kind of just cultivate it organically. It's not something that you're just trying to like force feed. Do you kind of feel that vibe to where you guys are just all right matches for each other at this moment in time? It's not one or another. It's really just figuring out things as you go on.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I mean, he just gave us the space to just go be us, have fun, make the team what we wanted it to be. Allowing us to really be free, have fun, make plays. It's just when you have the space to not have to think about, I have to do this, I have to do that, and you just can just go, it really clears a lot of things up, clears a lot of the overthinking and anxieties up, just allowing us to go out, have fun, and make plays.
So let's talk a little bit about you, and then we'll go further into the team in just a moment here. How would you evaluate your season? How are things going for you on an individual, personal level so far through 6 games?
It's been solid. I wouldn't say I've performed as great as I wanted to, but you got to hold yourself to that very high standard. But just contributing where I can, making plays when I can, doing what I can, leading by example, and being that voice sometimes when I need to be. It's been pretty good. I'm happy that we're winning though. It makes everything better when you're winning. It doesn't matter if I have a bad game, but we win. It's okay, yeah, I'm upset that I had a bad game, but we won. That's the big thing. That's the key thing. My number one goal this year is a MAC championship and a bowl championship. That's just where my mind has been this whole offseason. Like, regardless of whatever happens, I want to win. So we're doing that.
What's been the highlight of the season so far for you? Whether it could be a team, it could be a personal. What's been the thing that I guess stands out to you that you've enjoyed the most so far?
Just seeing guys grow. I've been here. This is my 6th season. There's guys that's been here since I've gotten here. There's guys that came in last year, 2-3 years ago. That's just grown so much. So just watching the growth and seeing and knowing that I played a hand in that and helped out guys when they needed it. Been that mentor, that big brother, if you want to call it. Just being that guy is really nice to see because I'm my only child. So I've never gotten to see any other person just grow into who they are, and it's a great thing to see. But definitely on the field, like the NIU game was electric. It was great. Like it had us on our toes the whole game, and we were out there. I was out there, but it just felt like that atmosphere. Honestly, it was one of the best atmospheres I've played in, to be honest. It was a lot of people there, a lot more than I expected, and they were pretty loud. So yeah, that was a good time. That was a good game.
So let's talk a little bit about that NIU game. We're going to talk about the Toledo game as well. Only the second time in program history that UB has defeated a ranked opponent. And obviously everybody was paying attention because they had just defeated Notre Dame a few weeks prior. Is that something that I guess gives you extra motivation going in, trying to knock off a school that just had such a big victory weeks prior? And what did it mean to you guys as a team to get that statement win? I feel like you guys knew it was possible. I thought it was going to be a good game going in, but you really shocked a lot of people across the country with that victory. What does that mean to pick up that win to all of you guys as players on this team and the program?
I mean, it means a lot. It shows that if you put the work in, it doesn't matter who's in front of you. Yeah, they're in the MAC, but they were a ranked team at the time. It doesn't matter. Like the rankings, anyone can get beat on any given day. Look at Alabama and Vanderbilt a couple weeks ago. Anybody can get beat on any given day, and we just went out there and showed that. It was a great feeling. And, the fact that they beat Notre Dame the week before, 2 weeks before, because they had a bye week. I mean, it just makes it that much sweeter. We knew that they were going to come in possibly riding a high horse, but we just had to play our game, do our job, execute, and we get the outcome we wanted.
And then you guys last week get another huge win against Toledo. I know Coach says no one follows the lines, but the spread was 10.5-point Toledo favorites going into that game, and you guys end up winning by 15 points. And you seem shocked when I said the 10.5-point line. Do you guys, I'm assuming you don't use that as motivation if you're surprised by that line, but what statement does that make going up against a Rockets team that many people considered the favorites in this league? And for 4 quarters, you guys effectively controlled this game. Yeah. What type of statement does that make to the rest of the conference?
I mean, it just goes to show that every day you have to come in and come work. You got to come, if you want to win a game, you have to put the work in throughout the week, and you got to come ready to go on game day. Because we were projected, I think 10th or something like that in the MAC to finish, but we just beat, like you said, one of the favorites. It just never, like, those projections and rankings, they don't really matter on game day. It all that matters is in between those lines, the preparation you put in, the confidence you have, and that's all that matters. You just go out, make plays, and execute.
Do you think people have been sleeping on you guys this year?
You could say that. I mean, I don't really buy into all of that. I think just because the last few years, we haven't been as good as we were or where we were trending towards. I think people just kind of overlooking us, but they'll wake up. They'll wake up. I'm not too worried about that. They'll wake up for sure.
Yeah, and the last time I was talking to you, we were talking about a lot of the positive momentum, it feels like, around UB football. Like, whether you're talking about players making the bills like Andrees, and obviously Cam Lewis still on the team, and Jamarcus Ingram had the 2 interceptions against the Dolphins. Like, that's insane when you think about it. You add in the fact you guys beat NIU. Now you have a victory over Toledo. It feels like it's a good time for people to kind of latch on to this program. It feels like this is just the beginning, that things are on the way upwards. Is that stuff that you guys really care about, or are you just kind of focused on doing your own thing, or can you feel some of that outside momentum building up inside the walls?
To be honest, we really just focus on us, just focus on getting better every day, doing what we can to improve, getting better. Even in the Toledo game, we weren't perfect. So you're just trying to perfect those imperfections, work on our weaknesses, and just do what we can to be better. But I've definitely noticed, like, I've kind of felt the momentum. I was looking at the Bills record earlier this year and looking at ours, it's like kind of matches up a little bit. But I mean, it's just a good time to be in Western New York. That's all I can say.
Now, on defense, you guys are a top unit in this league. There's no debating that right now. You guys shut down NIU. You shut down Toledo. Earlier in the year, you had another couple great performances as well. when and if it's during the off season, if it was some point this year, when did you know that you guys had a defense that was going to be one of the best in the conference?
Once the season ended last year, honestly, because we knew what we had. We knew we was bringing a lot of people back. We knew what was going on, but like we were just young last year, and we had some injuries. Dolek was hurt last year, so he only played the first 4 games. Like getting him back, like I know he was gone for the spring, but now that he's back, like that kind of just sealed everything together. I'm not gonna say he was the one person, but like we've known, like even in the spring before he had got here, we knew that we had a nice chance to be a top defense, not only the MAC but the country, and now we're just showing it.
So obviously, when coaches now get a commitment from like a top recruit or a transfer, you'll see the cryptic Twitter tweets where they'll have like somebody celebrating, or like you can tell like they're pumped about it. And before Dolak announced that he was coming back, Coach Lembo had one of those types of tweets about that. Was that you just kind of mentioned it a little bit, not saying he's the reason why. He's one guy. You would have had obviously an amazing defense either way, but was that kind of the cherry on top that really, when that happened, you knew like, okay, we were going to be good, but now like watch out for us?
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely the cherry on top. Like you said, we were already going to be pretty good, but getting him back, getting his experience, his like knowledge of the game, just being his leadership, and then his on-field play, like just getting, like you can't sit here and say that if you're not happy to have that. Like when I saw that he was coming back, I had a big smile on my face. I would say that. I would definitely say that. And just having him back is just like, look at him, top in the nation in tackles, making plays every week on defense. Well, I think I just saw a post out he was a midseason All-American.
Yes, CBS Sports had him as a midseason All-American. I think he was the only non-power conference player that they put on that list. Let's talk about Sean for a second. Let's talk about Red Murdoch for a little bit. As a linebacker duo, they're incredible. I know we give Sean a ton of hype, but Red Murdoch is unbelievable too. And he's one of the leaders in the nation in tackles for loss. And I try to hype up both of them because it's to me, they're one of the best linebacker duos in the country. And a lot of big time power football people, they'll talk down stuff sometimes in the MAC, and they'll be like, well, they're not going up against the Alabamas or the Georgias. I don't care. Dolak and Murdoch, they can go up against anybody in the country for all I'm concerned.
Yeah.
How fun is it playing behind them and watching them do their thing?
They make our job easy, especially being a safety. Like, we're the last line of defense. It rarely happens that the ball even gets to us. So while like you want to produce, you want to have stats and stuff, like watching them play it's pretty fun. Like I've never seen with my own, like, that I can remember a linebacker duo that's been this good at least in college. Not that I can remember, but it's pretty nice having them on our team. I'll be honest.
And we'll just talk about a few more players before kind of previewing the upcoming game against Western Michigan in the second half of the season. Are there any guys on this team through 6 games that we should be paying more attention to that maybe we haven't, or any guys that you're going up against practice that we should keep an eye out for going forward that's been catching your eye in recent weeks?
Oh man, if you don't know about Solomon Brown, I mean, he's all over the tape, all over the field. Another safety that's making plays. I don't think I ever seen him come off the field. Honestly, he's just a baller, sideline to sideline, making plays in the run game, making plays in the pass game. He's all over the place. He's all over the tape. He's just a great player. Somebody that really had to not wait his turn, but injuries happen, things happen. But now that he's on the field, healthy, feeling good, he's out there balling now, and it's nice to see. It's nice to see. It's one of those things where you see somebody grow and go through all the stuff they were going through. He's just making the most of it now. So
let's talk a little bit about Western Michigan. That's your upcoming opponent. Just from what they bring to the table. They're obviously tied with you guys right now, 2-0 in the MAC. No more divisions, so this is going to be an important game for the standings going forward. They're led at quarterback by Hayden Wolf, who has a solid TD to interception ratio, and then at running back, Jaden Nixon, who's had a very solid season so far. When you're watching this team on film, you're watching the tape, what does this Broncos team bring to the table?
Oh, they're a good team. You know, they have a great O-line, great running back core, a very solid receiving core, and they have a good quarterback, you know. So, but you can see that they have a physical mindset, tough mindset. They want to run the ball. They throw. Don't get me wrong, they can throw, but you know they want to establish the run first, set the tone early, and you know we kind of match up really well with them, and I'm excited to play them. It'll be a nice challenge for us, another in-conference game. So you just gotta treat it like a championship game. That's how we look at it. 1 week battles, and every game is a championship game.
Yeah, and one thing, obviously, it's a big thing that this game is home for you guys, and at home, you guys have been very, very solid so far this year. Obviously, being home, you can talk about the home field advantage, where you have your own fans there, you get to sleep in familiar territory. But what has been the difference playing at UB Stadium versus going on the road? You have a big win against NIU, but there's been a couple tough games against tough competition in Missouri and UConn. What I guess brings out the best of you guys when you're in Amherst?
You know, just protecting home turf. I think that's the biggest thing, you know, putting on a show for our fans, winning for them. You know, this has been some of the biggest turnouts I've seen in a couple of years, at least since before COVID. It's been some of the biggest turnouts that I've seen at UB Stadium. So, you know, that's a testament to the fans. You know, they're coming back, you know, coming to games, and we appreciate them because little do they know, like, they help us when they're there cheering us on. It means a lot to us, honestly, especially me, a guy that's been here 6 years. So it's just nice to see those guys in the stands and protecting home turf for them.
So let's wrap up with some stuff right now. 6 games left in the season. We already stated the record, 4-2, 2-0 in the MAC. How do you guys make sure you finish the season strong, put your best effort forth, and find a way to end up representing the MAC in Detroit for a MAC championship game appearance?
Always got to stay in the moment. You know, don't look too far ahead. Yes, we want to be MAC champions. We want to be in the MAC championship. We want to do all those things. But, you know, it takes that preparation, that grind every day. You know, just because we wake up on game day and say we want to win doesn't mean we're going to win. You know, you have to still go out and play, prepare, have that confidence. And I feel like if we do that, take every game 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time, we'll be just fine. We'll end up getting everything we want and more. So I'm just excited. I'm so excited for this.
And the final thing I have for you, what are you going to have to do these last 6 regular season games to make sure that you reach your goals, both individually, team, and make sure that your collegiate career, you go out on top?
I just gotta do my job, come to work every day, make plays, lead when I need to lead, and everything will work out. Just gotta maximize every opportunity that comes my way, and I'll be just fine. We'll be just fine.
Marcus, I appreciate the time. Obviously, it's a great time. It's a fun time. There's energy surrounding the program. When you were part of the 2020 team, no one could even go to the games. And yes, a couple years ago, you guys had a bowl win with Coach Mo, so that was probably one of the highlights of your career as well. But this season, it finally feels like there's a chance to take things to another level in year 1 of Pete Lembo. So, yeah, that's up. I was talking to James Patterson on the sidelines the other day, and he said that's the biggest thing that he regrets from his career is that he never got to win a MAC title. And he talked about how much it means to this school to have a team with an opportunity, and that he was even talking about the 2018, the only time that UB has won a MAC championship. So we're obviously all rooting for you guys. We have your backs, and hopefully you guys are able to pull it off, and we're going to be behind you the entire way the rest of the season. So good luck to you, and good luck to the Bulls as the season goes on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hope to see all the fans there Saturday at 3:30 p.m.
As he said, 3:30 kickoff against Western Michigan. It's going to be a good one. Bulls trying to get to 5-2, so make sure to tune in. Let's go Bulls.